talk about the concept of spiritual alchemy. It's rooted in ancient metaphysical traditions and has been explored by various spiritual and philosophical schools throughout history. But at its core, spiritual alchemy is the metaphorical and symbolic framework that describes a transformative process of inner growth and spiritual evolution. It draws parallels between the process of transmuting base elements, as Ross mentioned, into gold, and the transformation of the human spirit from a state of limitation and unconsciousness to one of higher consciousness and spiritual awakening.
Unleash the transformative power within and join us for this week's live stream experience, the Art of Spiritual Alchemy, transforming challenges into solutions, and discover the ancient wisdom that will revolutionize your approach to challenges and empowering you to embark on a journey of self-discovery and empowerment. During this live stream today, we will uncover the core principles of spiritual alchemy, learn to move beyond challenges and into solutions as catalysts for growth, and paving the way for an empowered and fulfilling life. Discover how the stages of alchemical transformation will shed limiting beliefs and purifying the mind, your body, and your spirit, and evolve beyond challenges into an invaluable solutions for evolution.
And before we're done today, we'll share very specific practices to set your alchemical process into action. You'll tap into your inherent strength, resilience, and personal power. It's time to navigate challenges with grace and ease by adopting an infinity mindset. And we talk about that quite a bit in a lot of our different streams. Welcome to episode 116 of Hacking the Infinity Matrix, the Art of Spiritual Alchemy, transforming challenges into solutions where obstacles become gateways to growth and spiritual evolution. Today, we invite you to embrace the secrets of the infinity process and start to master the art of your spiritual alchemy. But before we jump into the content today, let's see who all is showing up. Now, there's a saying that goes around that says that 80% of success is showing up. So for those of you that are tuning in and are here, we'd love to hear where you're tuning in from, right? You made the effort to RSVP and say you were showing up and you're here. So go ahead and let us know in the comments, where are you? All right, let us know where in the world you are. And because you've already made the effort to show up, which is 80%, the other 20% is actually participating. Okay, so now that you're here, let's get that other 20% going. Go ahead and let's get you started participating. If this is your first time listening to us on our live streams, also go ahead and drop a hashtag first time in the chat so that we can circle back and properly greet you into our global community. Okay, now during the stream, if and when you get any aha or insight moments, just type hashtag aha. And if you have any questions, and just go ahead and add them. And if time allows, we'll circle back and we'll comment on them. And if not, then Ross and I will, after the stream, come back and comment on each of those responses. Okay. If you don't know, we also have 2 private Facebook groups for those who are serious about truly mastering the skills of creating empowered realities. Each of those communities, and some of you are watching it in that right now, each of those communities have over 9,000 members, and you, if you're not in there, you are welcome to join the exclusive content and online events. All right. One is called Expanding Beyond Business Mastery, and the other is Evolving Reality Within the Infinity Matrix. We'll drop the links in the comments for you to check them out. Each of them will require you to fill out some questions, some member entry questions to be accepted. So make sure you answer those 3 easy questions, and you can join us for more awesome content. All right, so we'll drop that in. So it's Beyond Business Mastery and the Infinity Matrix are the groups. And you're going to really want to join one or both of those groups, because we have some exciting new stuff coming for the last half of this year, and it will only be available and accessible in those groups.
Yeah, it's going to be some great stuff. We're really looking forward to it. So let me ask you a question. So what is alchemy? Well, when used correctly, it's defined as a power or a process that changes or transforms something into a mysterious or impressive way. So this was usually used to transform lead into gold, or to discover a cure for disease and a way of extending life. That's how it all began. And only the wizards knew how to do it. And this was all accomplished through the transmutation of self and the connection of self to all matter. For the true change of the alchemist was the purification of the self, raising a personal vibration that could then affect the material of those substances and allow them to transmute. And still utilizing some chemicals, and I believe as more of a catalyzing agent in the assistance of that process. As where the highest alchemists, the big ones, the big guys, the big daddies, they didn't need any kind of assistance. They knew the definitions of the words and the phrases and the language, allowing for their energy itself to transmute all other substances throughout thought. As with many metaphysical misconceptions, one of the things that we go into a lot is about how many people are still kind of using a lot of outdated definitions, old-fashioned definitions that can actually mislead people into thinking how certain metaphysical things like alchemy actually work. And in our case, how the metaphysical can evolve your business as well as your personal life. So if you are new to us, you need to know how important words, phrases, and the definitions you give them means to creating the kind of reality that you deserve. But since there's not a lot of clarity about how metaphysical experiences actually work, a lot of people substitute the mechanism that's causing them for the definition of the experience, which is not the same thing. So, a familiar analogy that we've used many times in the past is we say that we as a society, we say the sun sets. Now, you know, the sun doesn't set. We know now the earth is revolving, and that's the true mechanism. But we still say sunset, and that's okay, because you know that's actually what's not actually happening. Now, at least you know that it's not the sun is moving, it's the earth is revolving. So a lot of metaphysical concepts still have their outdated definitions, and no one is really explaining that it's the earth and that it's revolving. And that's what causes the experience of seeing the sun go down or set. I think one of the biggest misconceptions that we run across all the time is things like telepathy. Our old-fashioned definition is that I'm reading your mind, which explains the idea as a matter of harmonizing vibrational frequencies, so that if you're on the same wavelength as someone else, or having the same thoughts at the same time, and those are the thoughts that are going through that frequency, it's not that you're reading their mind, you're reading your own mind. You simply are coincidentally and synchronistically having the same thoughts, but it's not literally that you're reading their mind. You're just so in tune. It's crazy. Married couples do this all the time. My wife reads my mind all the time. I can't get away with nothing. So knowing the truth about the mechanism applies to a lot of different things in metaphysics, and to have to do with vibrational harmony and resonance, and so on. So we understand that the parent experiences, I'm reading your mind. That's not what's actually happening to make the experience function. When I say frequency, this is a concept that's been tossed around a lot because everything is about vibrational energy. Everything is about the frequency that you're operating on that allows you to perceive certain things and accomplish certain things. So I'm going to pause here for a moment and let you ponder what I've been explaining and how it pertains to alchemy, and how this in turn pertains to words and definitions, and how all of this pertains to you and the dreams and the desires that you wish to manifest.
Yeah, and while you pause, let me just, I noticed that we have a pretty global. We've got West Coast, UK, Sunshine Coast, Margate, UK, which is Kay. Hey, Kay, good to see you. Tracy in Johannesburg, South Africa. Woohoo, look at that. Jumping around the globe here. And then we got Barcelona, Tina. Hey, Tina. And then we got local, South Carolina. Ooh, Nicole. And I know there's others on here too that haven't dropped their comments in. Again, remember everyone, the more you participate and the more you're involved in your learning, the more it gets absorbed, right? So again, if at any time you have any aha moments, any insights, as we're going through this, drop them in the comments. We love to hear, that what we're delivering is resonating with you. We just talked about resonant frequency and stuff. We want to make sure that's resonating with you. And we got Ireland. Look at that. Oh my gosh, we are totally global. Look at that. Jumping all over. Welcome, Chris. And so yeah, comment. And if you have any questions about any of the components that we go through, again, drop them in the comments and we will do our best to keep an eye on it and respond when appropriate and if we can during the stream. Okay, so while Ross is on pause, let me jump in here and talk about the concept of spiritual alchemy. It's rooted in ancient metaphysical traditions and has been explored by various spiritual and philosophical schools throughout history. But at its core, spiritual alchemy is the metaphorical and symbolic framework that describes a transformative process of inner growth and spiritual evolution. It draws parallels between the process of transmuting base elements, as Ross mentioned, into gold, and the transformation of the human spirit from a state of limitation and unconsciousness to one of higher consciousness and spiritual awakening. Okay, so in the context of evolving your business success and overcoming personal challenges, spiritual alchemy offers a profound perspective on how to approach and how to navigate difficult situations. It suggests that challenges are not mere obstacles to overcome, but instead they're opportunities for growth, discovery, and the refinement of your spiritual essence. So instead of viewing challenges as negative or burdensome, spiritual alchemy invites individuals and empowered entrepreneurs to embrace challenges as catalysts for your own transformation. And by understanding the practice, and by understanding and practicing alchemical process, you could start to explore any challenges that come up with curiosity, with introspection, and an open heart. And knowing knowing that beyond the challenge lies the solution. And this involves, many times, it involves deep self-reflection, examination of your beliefs and habitual patterns, coupled with a willingness to confront and transcend those limitations. So through this type of inner work, you'll gain insights into your true nature, expand your consciousness, and develop a more empowered and authentic way of being. Spiritual alchemy also emphasizes the importance of consciously working with energy, thoughts, emotions, and intentions, right? And the mixture of all of that. It recognizes that everything in the universe is interconnected and vibrates at different frequencies. And by consciously directing your energy and focusing on positive intentions, you can transmute lower vibration experiences like fear, doubt, despair. But let me ask, does anybody out there feel or experience any fear, doubt, or despair from time to time? Okay, give me hashtag fear, doubt, or despair in the comments if you do. Okay. Well, by practicing spiritual alchemy, you can transmute those lower vibration experiences into higher frequencies like love, joy, and excitement. Okay, so give me hashtag love, joy, and excitement if that's something you prefer to have instead. Because this energetic alchemy leads to the transformation of challenges into solutions. As we've been talking about for quite a few episodes in our live streams now, we're moving past and beyond the stage of entering into challenge after challenge after challenge. And we are now, as we believe collectively, are in a need for solutions that are going to create transformations, that are going to create evolution. So you're going to transform those challenges into solutions as you become aligned with the qualities and the energies that attract harmonious and positive outcomes.
Exactly. We're really excited about these changes that are coming up. So understand that you can't perceive what you're not the vibration of. Let me say that again. You cannot perceive what you're not the vibration of. So as Einstein said, you know you can't solve a problem from the same level of which the problem was created. We've all heard that. But he also said, you have to go to a different level where the solution exists. All this is a matter of elevating your frequency and your vibration and your energy to the state that is commensurate with the information that you're seeking, the solution. If your words and definitions are not congruent, then how can you expect to reach the correct vibration? When you're doing what you love to do, when you're in the zone, you're operating in that gamma frequency. So when you're in that state, when you're operating at that frequency, you are receiving the information that is germane to that level so that you can synthesize information differently. You can make different kinds of connections and associations. You can see things from a different perspective, a perspective that's relevant to that frequency. So you can't know information unless you're on the frequency of that information. But vice versa, if you're on that level every day, doing what you love, now that's some serious alchemy. So how do you stay in this alchemy state? Well, firstly, it's very critical to follow your passion. I know you've heard this before, but you've heard it so many times because there's something to this. Okay, you follow your passion. It's the vibration of your core self. How do we define self? spiritually evolving life force. Because from this perspective, we have a physical mind and we have a non-physical, higher mind, the part of us that's still in spirit. And the two work together theoretically when we allow it to work as a guiding system. The higher mind communicates to the physical mind. And energy, language, and our physical bodies and physical minds translate those energy messages from the higher mind into physical sensations. We call them passion, or love, or excitement, or curiosity, or attraction. These are all physical manifestations of that energy. When we are willing to act on the passion that is presented to us, when we find something that we're suddenly passionate about, acting on it is what responds to the higher mind and says, oh, I heard you. I hear you telling me that the reason that this excites me is because this is me. This is my path, my vibration, as the higher mind speaks only in terms of energy messages. Where to the physical mind, language is actions, not words. And guess what? We're in a physical reality, so you need to take actions to allow things to happen. So when we're willing to act on the passion that the higher mind guides us towards, we're responding to it and creating a dialogue that we can then will continue. And if we don't act on the passion, well, the higher mind's like, screw you. It's not going to send you anything more. It's like I'm sending you stuff and you're not acting on it. You're not taking action. So until we act on what is already given to us, nothing's going to happen. Nothing more is going to happen. So acting on your passion forms a strong connection or a restoring awareness of your connection to your higher mind, allowing you to receive the guidance that leads you down the path that is true for you. Do the best that you can and do it as far as you can until you've exhausted all the resources. This means you explore every path, every opportunity to do what it is that excites you. Do what you're passionate about until you just simply can't find any other way to do it. But I bet you will. And that means if what you are doing is your highest passion at the moment, it's the thread of passion that you follow. Because who knows what might be connected to the other end of that thread. You might ask yourself, what can I do out of all the things I can choose from today in the now? What can I do that is more exciting than any other option? Even just a little bit more exciting. Well, let me think. I feel like taking a drive. All right. Well, how does that connect with completing my passion? I don't know, but I'm going to follow it because it is the one thing that is just excites me just a little bit more than everything else. While you're driving, synchronicity comes into play. And you see a sign, you hear a song that is the answer that you were looking for to move you ahead in making your passion come true. That's how synchronicity works. Little clues, little breadcrumbs. Because quantum physics tells us that everything is interconnected, entangled. And when you follow the passion in your heart, synchronicity makes that eventual. So the third thing to act on is to act on that synchronistic event. And this seems to be, this is weird. This seems to be the tough thing that most people ignore. Why? That's just coincidence. Oh, it just happened. It's nothing. That's what I hear a lot of people say. A lot of our clients say, a lot of you are saying it or have said it at one point or another. You have to act on your passion the best that you can with absolutely zero assumption as to what you think the outcome should be. In other words, stop thinking, stop overthinking. Because the truth is, you have no clue what it will be or actually look like. So by dropping expectation and the insistence on what the outcome should look like, you allow the higher mind and synchronicity to bring you the outcome that actually will work best for what your true purpose being here is all about.
Yeah, and a unique characteristic of spiritual alchemy is that it emphasizes the significance of surrender,
Right.
trust, and patience in the face of challenges. It invites you to surrender the need for control and to trust in the inherent wisdom and intelligence of life, God force, all that is, whatever you call it. And by surrendering to the flow and accepting that challenges are a part of the greater unfolding on your journey, you can tap into a deeper sense of trust and faith in the process. And this shift in perspective allows you to navigate challenges with greater ease and much more resilience. So here are 7 key principles that you can adopt into your business and your personal life from the art of spiritual alchemy. First is your perception and mindset. Our perception shapes our reality. We talk about that all the time. Okay. And so by adopting a positive mindset and shifting our perspective, we can transform challenges into opportunities for growth. Right? So perception and mindset, checking that out. Number 2 is awareness and consciousness. So this is about developing self-awareness and expanding consciousness and doing both of them because they are both critical and crucial in the alchemical process. By observing our thoughts, our emotions, our actions, we can begin to gain deeper insights into ourselves and the challenges that we face. The third one is intention and focus. So setting clear and empowering intentions will direct our energy and help manifest desired outcomes. So by focusing your attention on the solutions rather than the problems, you can create positive changes. Number 4, transformation and transmutation. Spiritual alchemy involves the process of transforming negative energies and challenges into positive outcomes and personal growth. So it requires transmuting lower vibrations, which we talked about, into lower vibrations, into higher frequencies through various practices such as meditation, visualization, energetic healing, conscious intending, all those kinds of things that we teach on all the different live streams we've been doing. Okay. And then 5, surrender and trust. Again, not always easy, but letting go of control and surrendering to the flow of life is essential in the alchemical process. Trusting in the universe and having faith that everything unfolds for our highest good will allow you to navigate challenges with greater ease. Number 6 is aligned actions. So taking inspired and aligned actions based on what you're passionate about, which is what Ross just went through, taking inspired and aligned actions based on what you're passionate about is necessary to bring about the desired changes in our lives because it's resonating at a different frequency. And so by combining the intention with the action, you actively participate in the transformation process instead of it just happening by chance. Okay? And then number 7 is unity and oneness. So recognize the interconnectedness of all things and embrace the concept of oneness will enable you to approach challenges from a broader perspective and allow you to cultivate a sense of unity, compassion, and love as you continue to contribute to the collective transformation on the planet.
Exactly. So remember, this is very, very important. Based on everything that we've said so far, no matter what happens, even if it's something you technically don't prefer, that it's not vibrationally compatible to you, it doesn't feel right, you have to stay positive. You have to stay in a positive state. There's no boo-hoos and there's no victimhood. It happened, and it happened for a reason. Just move on. What's next? Because something came up that you don't prefer, if for no other reason than to teach you more clearly the difference by contrast between what you don't and do prefer. It was a lesson. It's a positive way to use what you don't prefer. And here's the reason. Perhaps as a signal to reassess your definitions. In other words, you're going to ask yourself, did I send out the wrong frequency? So how can I, by contrast, figure out my clarity? Now I can go more in the direction of what I do prefer by seeing more clearly what I don't prefer. And this clarifies your mind, your understanding of the path that you're on, to sometimes see things in that contrast. We talk about this in our business class all the time. You have to see the contrast. Expand the contrast so people see, well, this is where you're at, but this is where you can be. This is how it feels. This is how it can feel, to feel that contrast. Because most of us are just numb. And the thing that can bring up the most resistance is the work you have to do on your beliefs. You have to let go of all the fear-based ones, all the negative ones, anything holding you back from being yourself. Not that facade in the mirror, that's not yourself, but rather the one true you, the one inside. You know, the I'm afraid I might fail one, or I won't be good enough one. People think I'm nuts one. All these things have to be cleared out of you so that this mechanism can work more efficiently within you. And when you do all of that, when you take these steps and apply them as precise as possible, the synchronicity in your life just goes to crazy freaking magical levels they're almost beyond belief. And your life becomes this ecstatic explosion of synchronicities, one after another, to the point where you can tell people stories about it and they just won't believe you because it just seems too good to be true. It's too magical. It's too weird. It's just too crazy. And what a problem to have. So remember that everything is made of love, and have that is your source frequency. If you get caught up in negative belief cycles for whatever purpose, you simply won't be able to perceive what you're not the frequency of. Remember what Einstein said. In order to see it, you have to be it. You have to be at that frequency. Well, if you're at a frequency of negativity, how are you going to see positivity? So someone who is really steeped in a fear-based belief system actually doesn't have the capacity of alchemy. They simply don't, unless they change for some reason to actually be able to even perceive that there is another way to do things other than the way that they're doing it. It's kind of like they get a glimpse. It's like things are, maybe like shimmering. It would be like seeing a ghost. It's like you can kind of see through it, but something's there. Everyone is reaching out for connection. Everyone is reaching out for love. If you don't understand the right state of being that represents love, if you're coming from a fear-based place, reaching out can be that from lack. It can be from a fear of it. It can be, I need to control things. I need to dominate things because that's the only thing that makes me feel that I'm in charge, that I'm in control. That's not love. So it's someone who has created an experience of disconnection from source and from themselves. Therefore, they're literally in a panic mode, and they're pitching around trying to control their reality, which unfortunately can mean they're trying to dominate others at their will, bend others to their will, because they have forgotten the connection that they have to their own self-empowerment. If you're not actually connecting within yourself, you can't feel that emptiness with anything. You can't feel it, excuse me. That's basically what addiction is about. You're trying either to fill an empty hole, or you're trying to numb the feeling that you have an empty hole within you. Alchemy all works the same. And no matter how much money, how much power, how much fame you have, it doesn't fill that hole. No matter how many awards you have, no matter how much money you have, how many yachts or how many mansions or any of that you have, because they're all there trying to fill this freaking hole. Because that's not really true power. It's the connection that gives you the self-empowerment. It's the knowingness that we're all connected and there's enough for everyone. It's infinite. So apply this in your life to your business, and you will see how it's just like everything just starts to fall into place. The entanglement of everything shows you, and it proves to you that it's interconnected. You, me, we are not really as isolated as we've learned. It's a feeling both of us, all of us have, and it's a very incredible experience to watch in yourself, to watch and see in people around you.
Yeah. And when you're doing all that, keep in mind that you're most likely going to go through some or all of the stages in the alchemical process. So again, knowing what they are prepares you for it, right? So the first stage is dissolution. And in this stage of the alchemical process, it involves letting go of limiting beliefs and attachments. So it requires you to identify and release patterns, beliefs, and attachments that no longer serve your growth and evolution. In this stage, it invites introspection and self-reflection to gain awareness of those limitations and to consciously dissolve them. And by releasing these attachments and these limiting beliefs, you create space for new possibilities and fresh perspectives to emerge. Okay, so that's the first stage. Second stage is purification. The stage of purification focuses on cleansing and purifying the body, mind, and the spirit. It involves engaging in practices that promote inner purification, things like meditation, like energy healing, like forgiveness, like self-care. Okay, and this stage helps you to clear away stagnant energy, emotional blockages, and negative thought patterns. And through this purification, you create a more harmonious and balanced inner environment, inner matrix, leading to greater clarity, greater peace, and greater resilience for the outer matrix. Okay? And then the third stage is transformation. So in this stage, it's where it's the heart of the alchemical process. This is where you are actually transmuting challenges into valuable lessons and opportunities for growth. And by adopting the alchemical mindset, which we've gone through, you will view challenges as stepping stones into solutions, into the solutions you need as catalysts for business success and personal transformation instead of feared setbacks. And you'll always be able to explore the deeper meanings and lessons that are embedded within those challenges. And you can consciously work with your thoughts, your emotions, and your intentions to transform negative energy into positive and empowering energy. So in this stage, you actually develop resilience, you develop inner strength, and you develop a deeper understanding of your true nature and your life's journey. Okay? And then the fourth stage is integration. The final stage of the alchemical process is integration, where you assimilate the newfound wisdom and the growth into your business and your daily life. This stage involves integrating lessons, insights, transform. That's why we tell you to drop when you get an aha, drop it in there. That's a part of the integration. When you drop that comment and interact and respond in the chat, it's a part of that integration process, right? Integrating the lessons, the insights, and the transformations that you gain throughout the process into practical, actionable steps. So it requires you to apply your expanded awareness and transformed perspectives to your work, your relationships, and throughout your lifestyle. And so by integrating these changes, you will align your inner transformation with your external reality, the internal matrix with the external matrix, creating the infinity matrix, right? Creating a more fulfilling and purposeful life. So throughout the alchemical process, it's important to note that these stages are not necessarily linear or rigid. Okay. Each person's journey is unique. So you may experience these stages in different sequences or overlapped, right? Or in some unique combination that's right for you. But the alchemical process is a continuous growth, a cycle of growth and evolution, where you engage in ongoing self-reflection, purification, transformation, and integration into deep spiritual understanding and embodiment of your true essence. And that's why we suggest that you join the private groups, because that's where we get the opportunity to do a lot more of that stuff. And we're going to have a lot more of that integration aspect added in the coming months. Okay, so by exploring and embracing these stages, you can now navigate personal challenges with a greater sense of purpose, resilience, and empowerment. And ultimately moving beyond challenges into solutions for transforming valuable opportunities for spiritual growth and personal evolution. So now you have an idea of how you can begin practicing the art of spiritual alchemy and transforming those challenges. Again, transforming them challenges into solutions for your business and personal evolution. The next step is to make sure that you are part of that supportive community that I talked about, a community that's invested in themselves and deeply passionate about creating really, really empowering realities. So again, I'll remind you, if you haven't already done it, go ahead and join one or both of our private Facebook groups. We'll drop the chats, and the link is already in the comments. Okay. Go ahead and join the private group so that you can join our 9,000 plus strong community and get ready for some exciting and powerful exclusive content coming up in the next few months. Okay. The other thing is, I'd like you to just share with us in the comments, what was something that you found valuable from today's experience? For you, where you're at, what was something that came up synchronistically, but you needed to hear that message or that insight, that wisdom at this time right now? Go ahead and drop in the comments what that was for you. And that includes if you're on the replays. We get a ton of replays, and you replay people, you got to get more interactive and respond with this stuff as if you're live. Because we come back and we comment on every comment and reply to any questions or whatnot. Okay? So go ahead and do that in the chat, in the comments. It'll help with your integration. It'll help with your transformation. It'll help with your alchemy. All right? Now that's our stream for today. If you've enjoyed the content, please let us know in the comments. Tell us what your biggest aha moments were. What was it that you found most valuable from what we shared? And make sure you tune in every Thursday as we go live, 9 a.m. Pacific time, at least for now. Things may change as we roll out new stuff in the coming months. And in closing, I'd like to leave you with a dare. We dare you to be exceptional. Okay, we really mean that. Okay, we really, really mean that. We dare you to be truly exceptional. And the only way to do that is to implement what you learn and learn from what you implement. Let me say that again. The only way to do that is to implement what you learn and learn from what you implement. So until next time, my name is Gary Johnson. This is my partner, Ross Arnston. We'll see you next time. Oh, we got a bunch of stuff coming. Awesome. I went between 1 and 2 for a long time. Oh, jump in. So, okay. So Kay's gone through some stages. 3 for a short time, and bang, 4 on the wonderful vibration loving journey. Yes, Kay's one of our students. So she's having some amazing breakthroughs going on for her right now. It's awesome. Tracy, the alchemical processes were a great reminder of Emerald Tablet, but yeah, there's definitely a lot of principles that align with that. Good stuff.
Cool. Nice. Thanks,
we kind of align with a lot of Stuart Wilde's, if you've read any Stuart Wilde stuff on the alchemical process, and kind of pull from that source in our influences. And so there we go. And all right, awesome. So again, we'll see you until next time, next stream. Be well, everyone. Thanks for showing up, and we'll see you next time.
We'll see you then. Bye-bye. The storm isn't coming. It's here. And most of us weren't ready for this onslaught of trials and tribulations we're currently facing. They require new concepts and new tactics to prepare you for what lies ahead. We want to show you how to unleash the full sum of your entrepreneurial potential, challenging all of your energy, harnessing all of your power into a force of unstoppable momentum. If your growth and continuing evolution of your life are of paramount importance to you, and if you genuinely aspire to make 2023 and beyond the most fulfilling of your life, then it's crucial to make the most of every opportunity that comes your way. We offer you a turning point in your life, in your career, propelling you towards the business success you've always dreamed of. Please, don't miss out on this chance to break free from the shackles of financial hardship. Don't lose this opportunity to elevate yourself to new heights of business mastery. Claim your free VIP ticket now. Get exclusive access to Gary and Ross and seize the $1,600 in bonuses that we've set aside for you. Do it before it's too late. So click on the registration link below and let us support you every step of the way on your journey beyond success.